Well, hello, my name is Rick Reese, and I'll be coming before you here to share some, I believe, important information. I believe it's critical information in organizations, in business, and if you're in your own business, it's just critical information to know. And it has to do with empowering yourself. So I'm going to share a concept that I learned several years ago, in fact, back in 2003, in a community leadership class. And it's been with me ever since, and it's called PI, Performance, Image, and Exposure. So I've got a few slides I want to share with you that I believe will be enlightening to you as it was enlightening to me. And so let's take a look. Let's take a look at PI and the concept of PI. And we're also going to be talking about class as well. And as you know, class is so important to understand, and especially the unwritten rules of class. So, but let's take a look. And I'm not going to be before you long. I'm going to go through these slides pretty quickly. But the keys to success in life and business. And I'll tell you what, my jaw was dropped when I heard about this. But this information, and you can actually look this gentleman up on Amazon or even in the library, Harvey J. Coleman. And he wrote a book called Empowering Yourself, The Organizational Game Revealed. And that's an eye-opening book. And if you're in business, you definitely want to take a look at that book. The key to success in business and life. And here's a quick overview of what I'll be going over. PI. And we'll be going through the definition of PI and some promotion tips that I believe will be very helpful for you. And then this is really fascinating to me, socio-economic class levels. We all know about class. And so we're going to go over some of the unwritten rules of class. So where does it all begin? Every culture has a beginning. Unwritten rules passed on from generation to generation. Who's ever at the top, of course, they make the rules. Now, we know the British World Empire pretty much made these rules. It's no accident every country learns English. It's no accident the top social circles participate in 4 key activities: golf, sailing, tennis, and activities surrounding the horse. The standards of behavior embraced by the executive groups across countries, corporations, national boundaries, there's a set standard of behavior. And I'm going to be sharing that with you. But let's jump into PI. The key to success, PI. What does PI stand for? Yeah, I like blueberry pie. I like apple pie. I like sweet potato pie. But we're not talking about that today. We're talking about PI, performance, image, and exposure. Now, fair or unfair, you're judged on things like your work ethic, your dress, your volunteer activities. And so this is going to be some insider information for you. But let's talk about PI, performance. So performance is what you do. It's objective. The facts about you, your resume, your skills, your talents, your day-to-day work, and the quality of the work, your track record over time, how others perceive your behaviors, confirms your ability to take on more responsibility for promotion. Now, if you were a track star, performance would be your times, okay? Image, how you look, the I in PI, totally subjective. Somebody's opinion. Your interpersonal skills, as I go through this, I want you to think about and assess yourself. Your appearance, your grooming, your initiative, how you speak, your social skills, your non-verbal behaviors, your attitude, your participation in events and activities, your team player behaviors, your emotional control, your problem-solving skills, image, how you look. Now, if you have control over these, you can actually present how you look to other people, how you act, your team player attitude, your willingness to help, no fear of making mistakes. You're out there. You're receptive to coaching, desire for the team to win, your manager, your coach attitude, your ability to communicate, understand people differences, willingness to develop people, leadership by example. The reason I'm showing you this, I'm giving you insider information. If you're looking at moving up in any organization, we're going to be talking about how businesses and organizations make their money. They make their money on P.I.E. Now, exposure, the E in P.I.E, is your reputation, makes you visible to those who can influence you, how others know you and your performance, your political savvy, your friend network. You volunteer on the job and in the community. You have awesome lifestyle activities that make other people go, Your sponsor, your mentor, your coach, the boss, who knows you? Exposure. Who knows you and your work? Now, exposure is pretty powerful. And we're going to talk about the percentages for P.I.E. Exposure is pretty powerful because it's your key to being discovered. Someone's watching you right now. Somebody's watching you. Sponsors help you move up in life. Now, the information I'm sharing with you, we all know. I'm just going to bring it to light. Always do your best because the sponsor's watching you. Volunteer, help others. Now, here's something that's interesting. Sponsors and mentors on your job, within your organization, they're looking for new talent. Are they looking at you? Operate in your gift, that thing that you do the absolute best with the least amount of effort, and they'll see that gift. They'll see that talent. So how to get more exposure in life and business. Rick, I'm trying to get ahead. Okay, we're going to give you some insights. Refine your gift. People don't want to volunteer, but volunteer for projects. Sponsors are looking to see you, find you, assume more responsibility. But Rick, I'm afraid, just jump right in. Let's make it happen. Participate in company-sponsored activities and events. Keep abreast of everything that's going on in our world, the company, in the community. Get involved in the community. How to get more exposure. Refining your gift. Climbing the ladder of success with P.I.E. P.I.E, you know P.I.E, performance, image, and exposure. Now, here are the rules of P.I.E. You have to perform. Always do your best. Lead out with your gift. You gotta perform. Here's something that's interesting. You must have the image to look the part, act the part, before they'll give you the part, before you get the part. So dress appropriately for the position that you want. Now, you may stand out to your peers, but dress appropriately for the position you want. Now, you must not only work hard, but you got to work smart. And here's the bottom line. And this is something we all know and many resist. It's who knows you and who you know. Now, here's something that was eye-opening for me, and it may be for you as well. The percentages for P.I.E. Performing well, or performance, gets you 10% of the way. It's only 10%, so you have another 90% to go. We've been taught all our lives, nose to the grindstone, make it happen, don't stop, get ulcers, keep going, keep going, keep going. Well, organizations make their money on the I and the E. Performance is only 10%. The look you project is 30%, looking the part. Who you know and who knows you is 60%. Organizations make them business. They make their money on the I and the E. That's why a person who works the hardest with the P can be let go. I've sacrificed my family. I've sacrificed my health. Well, understand that it's only 10%. As a manager, I can bring anybody in to give me the 10%. And that's why the hardest working person can be let go, except they understand the I and the E. The rules of P.I.E. Now, performance has to be an absolute given. You got to at least do the 10%. You must look the part, act the part before you get the part. You must not only work hard, but you must work smart. So it's who you know and who knows you and your work favorably. These are insider tips. People come and they just have their blinders on. They just go, you need to understand this. People will not sponsor anyone into their group until they are sure the person can comfortably execute the rules. These are the insider rules to empowering yourself. So what is P.I.E? The P, what percentage? Performance, 10%, image, 30%, exposure, 60%. So let's summarize P.I.E and move on to some other things I want to just share with you briefly. Requirements for achieving success, as I just stated, P.I.E, performance, image, and exposure. Now, performance is a critical element, but without it, image and exposure do not matter. So you got to perform. The unwritten rules, what I'm sharing with you right now, are known by everyone, but generally they're resisted. Depends on how far you want to go in an organization. Changes in organizational practices and policies are needed to include all segments of the population. I can guarantee you the majority of people on your job right now have no idea the unwritten rules. They think they're just working. They think they're just performing. They think they're just looking any old part, making themselves available or exposed to any old person. They have no idea the rules of the game. The purpose of this short little briefing is to give you some brief insights to something that you already know. I'm just pointing it out. So here's something that's interesting. Promotion tip: language and impact on promotion. Organizational language is total communication. It's verbal, it's nonverbal behaviors, and each level as you rise and move up within whichever organization you're in or a business has its own distinctive language. Now I want you to think about this. The pyramid to the right here, begins at non-employed, non-exempt part-time, non-exempt full-time, entry-level management, exempt salaried, middle management, senior general management, CEO at the top. Now think about this, and I'm sure you can relate to your own experience. Every level that you move up on your job has a different language and the words that they use. If you become the manager, there's a language for the manager. If you become senior management, there's a language that the senior managers use. So as you move up the career ladder, you discard or add to your language from the previous level and adapt to that new level. Failure to adapt will be rejection by peers. A lot of folks have no idea that language is that important. So listen to the language on your job. Listen to the language of the different levels on your job. Listen how the boss talks. Listen how your boss talks. Listen how people that may be in positions below you talk, and understand that language has an impact on your promotion. Fluency. Here's a promotion tip: the automatic answer. Your ability to communicate and to fit into an environment without conscious thought. Are you fluent? Now, in your native language, words automatically flow. If you're not fluent, you have to overcome those barriers to advance to the next level. I want you just to think about this. This is just bringing awareness to you. The more fluent you are in any language or culture, the more comfortable you make other people feel. And see, and that's how you get those promotions. Comfort translates into acceptance. In order to move up, you have to display cultural fluency. Practice, read the dictionary. Understand that fluency is so important. It's required to get promoted to the next level. Otherwise, Rick, I get rejected again and again and again. Understand the importance of fluency. Promotion tip: power in an organization and in business the ability to influence. Rick, I need power. I want power. Okay, we're going to talk about three types of power real quick. Knowledge is power when you nail that assignment. You know, it's a short-term boost in your power rating. It's limited in scope, short-lived in duration. It fades quickly because people have short memories. But power through knowledge. The boss is the one who knows. Now, do you have charismatic power? Now, that's viewed by others. What kind of vibes do you give off? You know, the way one carries themselves, your image. Do you walk with confidence? Paid for performance, but based on potential, promoted based on potential. Now, power by association, a lot of people are aware of this one, the visibility and the reputation that you have by hanging out with others. You're close to the power players. When people see you close to the power players, it kind of rubs off. You know, when they see you with people who carry the mantle of power, that association rubs off. But that's another form of power. Associate with the power group. Identify who those leaders are. And here's why. Bottom line, exposure. People help you move up in life and business. That's the facts. The system will not allow you to be pushed up. Someone has to identify you based on your performance, based on looking the part, based on exposure, based on an understanding. And that's what I'm talking about today, of the unwritten rules. No one, until a sponsor finds you, is going to sit you down and say, here are the rules. Can you perform? They're watching you. So give your best. Do you look and act the part? Dress for success. Know that someone's watching you. Can you communicate? Speak from your heart. Become fluent. Can they be proud to promote you to their group? Remember, you have to be lifted up. You can't be pushed up. You can't buy your way up. Someone identifies you and pulls you up through invitation only. It's true. There are no glass ceilings in any organization. The only question is, has a sponsor identified you to say, okay, these are the ropes. Here's how you fill out that application. Here's what you do there. Here's what you do here. There are no glass ceilings in an organization. The only question is, have you made yourself visible to a sponsor? It's true. Because you can tell the rewards of sponsorship. Promotions don't just happen. Now, if you've been around, and as we have long enough, you know that promotions don't just happen. Think about P.I.E, performance, image, and exposure. Favors don't just happen. They're extended as rewards of sponsorship. Contracts, I guarantee you, if you trace back all the contracts that you've seen or know or even have obtained, they're sponsorships, they're acts of sponsorship. When someone identifies you as a sponsor, you may think it's fair. It's not fair. They're acts of sponsorship. If you get business, if you've got a business, understand what I'm talking about. If you're a business and you need to get business, whether out in the community or wherever it may be, I'm looking for business, Rick. Understand they're acts of sponsorship to get those contracts, to get those businesses, to have those favors, to get the promotion. Rick, is not fair. It's true, but this is the system that we are operating in. And the reason I'm doing this presentation is to just kind of point it out to you. Now, you already know this. I'm just heightening your awareness. Now, this is pretty fascinating. We're going to close with this. You heard me talk about class. We have different classes in our society. Now, there's unwritten rules and behaviors of each level of class. We're going to talk 7 levels of class. Now, what is a class or a league? It's a group sharing the same economic or social status. It's a group, it's a set, it's a kind sharing common attributes. It's a group of people who have initiated or intimate access to one another. We all know about class. What class are you? Now, as I go through the next 3 or 4 slides, actually about 5 slides, I want you to think about, as I show you different social economic classes, I want you to assess your level, 1 through 7, and where you want to go, perhaps in that next level up. Now, that's going to be by sponsor's invitation. As we covered Pi, that's going to be by someone seeing you. You don't just jump into the next class, you're invited into the next class and saying, hey, let me introduce you to my group. And they invite you. And then, of course, once they invite you to that next class, they give you the means to stay. And those are the rewards. So let's talk about the unwritten rules. 7 socio-economic class levels of class. Okay. Unwritten rules and behavior. Now, what level are you? So now they say these 7 levels were set by 13 states within the United States, 13 key states. And Denver is one of them. They kind of set these unwritten rules and behaviors. So we got level 1, the dropout class. Level 2, we've got the welfare poverty class. Number 3, the third level, we've got the lower blue collar working class. We've got level 4, which is the middle white collar professional managerial class. Level 5, we've got high class or the upper middle class. And then level 6, we've got the celebrity, the jet set, Magic Johnson, that level would be in this particular class. And then we've got level 7, old money, the elite upper class, the aristocrat, that old money that's been just handed down generation to generation. Where are you? What level would you say you are? Now we're going to talk about different categories: education and occupation relative to the 7 classes. So education, level 1, 1 to 2 years, high school. Level 2, possible high school. Level 3, high school degrees. Level 4, commercial associate degrees. Level 5, college degrees, solid schools. Level 6, advanced degrees, better schools. And then level 7, the best schools. Where are you? What level are you? And so one of the things that's interesting about this is when you understand these levels and you have conversation with people and asking just a few questions, you can see whether they are someone that will sponsor you, whether you are someone that perhaps will sponsor them. Occupation, 1 through 7. Of course, level 1, out of work, part-time. Level 2, non-exempt. Manual administrative. Level 3, level 4, sales, programmers, accountants. Level 5, middle management, professionals, airline pilots. Level 6, we've got the politicians and corporate executives. And of course, level 7, the family businesses, the lawyers. I'm not going to go through all of these, but I'm just going to just show you them. And you can play it back. This is recorded. And so the organizations and clubs. And so these are the unwritten rules and behaviors that if you know these, you can maneuver yourself in any area you want. Organizations and clubs, level 1, church clubs. Level 2, Y. Level 5, neighborhood country clubs. Level 6, regional. Level 7, exclusive social clubs, social activities. What do you do for social activities? These are the 7 levels of unwritten rules. Rick, I don't believe it. Okay, well, you don't have to. It's unwritten. Nobody's going to tell you. This is just information. Social activities. What do you do? They're church related. That level 1. Level 2, they're TV related. Level 3, we go to the movies, fishing, camping. Level 4, entry level theater, tennis, golf. Level 5, accomplished in sports and cultural events. Level 6, sailing and skiing and flying and charity drives. What do you do for social activities? Level 7, yachting, horse breeding. What level are you? So as I go through this, it's just awareness, folks. It's just information. And these are set levels. And so if you have a sponsor and you may be level 4, and they say level 5, hey, I've identified you. Let's meet. Let's have coffee. Come over to this party. And I wanted to introduce you to some folks. And so from 4, you're invited to level 5. You can't force your way to level 5. You're invited. And of course, there's some bennies that come along with that invitation. The car you drive. These are unwritten rules that we kind of all know, but we don't think about. I'm just heightening your awareness. Level 1, no car. So if you drive a big American car, someone's looking at you and say, hey, about level 4. If you're driving a Mercedes or a Cadillac or a luxury car, level 5. Think about it. Think about it. What do you think when you see someone driving a Bentley or a Rolls Royce or a chauffeur driven limo? These are unwritten rules. How you vacation. How you vacation. How do you vacation? What level are you? I go home to the parents. We do a family vacation. A lot of people are going to be doing staycation and, of course, domestic, are just driving domestically in the United States, during this pandemic. USA vacations, level 5, exclusive resorts. Now, I'm in the travel business, so I travel like level 7. And so that's what I do because I'm in the travel business, wholesale instead of retail, write it off on your taxes, get paid to go. How do you serve community boards? What boards do you serve on? Take a look at these. See, this is just an understanding. What level are you? This is how you are viewed generally in society. Now, understanding these, you can maneuver yourself into doing whatever and presenting whatever you want to present. Location and type of home. Where is your home located? Level 5, country club communities. Level 6, extra large homes, custom built, tennis court. Where this is just information, folks. How do you entertain in your home? Well, Rick, we rarely entertain. Okay. Level 2, extended family member holidays. Level 3, family barbecues. Level 4, social cocktail parties. Think about the people that you know and what they do, and those unwritten rules. Level 5, cocktail parties, business, social, catered. Level 6, dinner parties. Level 7, very political, extravagant. It's interesting because at one level, you go over and you're talking the job and business, and they're saying, leave that on the job. We're not talking that today. We're just having fun. At another level, if you're not talking business and advancement and hints and all that, they're like, why are you here? Isn't that amazing how that is? Okay, wrapping up. Earning power. Where is your earning power on here? Investments. What is your level of investments? What level are you? Where are you? And so let's wrap up. That's just information on classes. Whoever is at the top of the pyramid makes the rules. Interestingly enough, 13 states and 13 major cities, rather, kind of set the rules, and Denver being one of them for the 7 levels and the unwritten rules and behaviors. Interesting. Every person is born into a class level. What class level? The great thing about being in this beautiful country that we live in, you may be born into a class, but if you're not happy, you don't have to stay there. You can move up, and that's why we're presenting P.I.E and this information. Jobs and positions correspond to class levels. Wow, if you don't know that, you are not in the know. You are not in the know. This is just heightening your awareness. Cultures do not change for individuals. No, you're not going to change. You're not going to change anything. It's just understanding and how to maneuver. Each of the 7 levels are possessive of their members. So whatever level you are, no one wants you to leave it. The people that are in your level, your family, when you leave your family, they're like, why are you leaving us? You leave a group, why are you leaving us? You know, the group that you're invited to, come. Now you're part of our group. Each level is possessive. And one of the interesting things is that once you grow to the next level, you can't go back home. Like, for example, you were home, you grew up in the city that you were, you go to college or you leave or go into the military, you move away. When you come back, you have no conversation because you have grown. And if you come back and you stay too long, it's like you have zero conversation because you have grown. Once you have advanced to the next level, you can't go back home. Got to keep going. Or you can stay at whatever level. But have you ever had that experience to go back home to your homeboys, your homegirls, and people that you grew up with, and after you've talked about the basic things of your childhood, like you have nothing else to say, right? Each level is possessive. Once entrance is gained, the means to stay will be provided. Now that's really interesting too, because if a sponsor identifies you, whether it be on the job, whether it be in the community, whether it be in business, and they invite you to that next level, and you work out with the group, they're like, yes, they're good. The sponsor, it's his responsibility, her responsibility to provide the means for you to do the things that level does. How they vacation, the cars that they drive, the place of the city, location of their homes. And so you will get that contract award. You will get that promotion. It's the sponsor's responsible to make sure that you have the means to stay. That is one of the most amazing things to me. And unless you understand that, you're really out in left field. This is how the game is revealed and the game works. Once you know the rules, and we went over the different categories and the different levels within the categories, you can maneuver the system any way you want. Powerful information. If you got nothing else out of what I just shared with you, and I know there's a lot that actually is good insider information, but once you know the rules, you can maneuver the system any way you want. People don't want a title. They want a lifestyle. They want to live. If you want to do that, ladies and gentlemen, learn the rules of P.I.E. P.I.E, the keys to success in life and business. Wow. This is eye-opening. It was eye-opening for me, and I actually made a study of it. Now, you can Google P.I.E. Google performance, image, and exposure. Go to Amazon and you can purchase the book Empowering Yourself by Harvey Coleman, or even the libraries actually have that book as well. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. Just tidbits of knowledge that I wanted to share with you. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of your day. God bless you. See ya.